Good morning. Thank you for attending our monthly service for Jan Konko Daijin Sama. Officiating services, Reverend Yasuhiro Yano and Reverend Deary Yano and Edna Sensei. Please join us in prayer. Tito Haiti. Mediation prayer, page 2. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Yano Konko Daijin, sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day, and receive the mediation of you with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Yano Konko Daijin Sama, Yano Konko Daijin Sama. Yano Konko Daijin Sama, Yano Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine prayer. We acknowledge our mistakes, misunderstandings, arrogance, ignorance of our divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and reverence for our inclinations. Guide us in our way of living to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The beauty of heaven and the richness of earth, and those galaxies years pass without end. In heaven and earth, the light that nurtures all. In heaven and earth, the truth that orders all. For these wondrous forms, for these wondrous works, let us praise Senshi Kami no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as a divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many not know the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes, greatest Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, and now the faith and sincerity, receive Kami's great blessing, and began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The divine parent's great wish for us to fulfill, Konko Daijin accepted the call to mediation, that is the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By way of the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and healing not the coming of night. And I pray for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and healing at the dawning of day. The years pass and the world change. Beyond the very working sounds, the guidance of mediation. Thus Lord, the given sacred the guidance is so our daily life. The divine favor that us renewed, and brings us glory universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity. By this wondrous revelation, we have given knowledge of the way. Through our hearts of this world, the day of our body and soul, the way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to come. Without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far, the way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For even in the Lord of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us keep our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost, knowing them to life or purpose. Come with us, we are your building, come. May this way of future fulfillment be manifested in this world. May the promise which your peace, well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so earnestly pray.
Judo K-Day, be by your heads in prayer.
May I should prayer for monthly service. Ikigami Konko. Ikigami Konko Sama, the life force, Teiji, Daijin, of being a Konko mission Wahiawa, Yasiyan. We want to say a praying prayer. We gather here today for the monthly service, the one Ikigami Konko on this day, September 11, 2022. Through this service, we extend our sincere gratitude and acknowledgement of the divine work, contributions, and perpetual presence of the Konko life, who has been sent to the world for the well-being of the entire human through the divine will of Tenchi Kainoka of divine parent universe. We solemnly acknowledge the divine will of the life force Tenchi Kainoka revealed to humanity in 1873. Tenchi Kainokami stated, although people live between heaven and earth, and now we are coming blessings, shrines, temples, and houses, all stand on Kami's right. Without realizing this, people consult the days and directions, and destruct the Kami. They suffer hardship due to these offenses. Tenchi Kainokan, as Ikigami Konko life, to provide blessings and teaching, so the mankind may prosper. Kami is Kami because of man, and man is man because of Kami. Both are fulfilled through this mutual relationship. Through the fun Ikigami Konko life, we have become enlightened to the influence of the life force Tenchi Kainokan, and now enjoy blessings in all aspects of life. Extend our deep appreciation for alternative mediation for the well-being of humanity and peaceful world. This divine function has been kept by the spiritual head of the Konkokyo organization in the last 63 years. This year marks the 8th anniversary of the founding of Konko Daijin, also marks 139 years since his departure. We extend our prayers in appreciation of the professional services of trust mediation by the 6th spiritual head Reverend Hiromichi Kon. We pray for his good health and continued services. We also extend our thanks to the ministers who have dedicated their life and spread Konko office on many places. The founding minister of this church, the late Reverend Takashi, was initiated into the Konkokyo office and evolved to become Konko minister through the trade mediation of Reverend Masayaki Ekikodan of Konko Mission Honolulu, and dedicated in her mission work in Wahiawa for 32 years since 1940. We extend our deep appreciation and heart gratitude for enormous supervision, the operation of this church in the last 82 years. And through the divine guidance and arrangements, as well as the support and help all the people who have ever established relationship to this church and the help become asking. The Konko Mission Wahiawa has come thus far. We sincerely ask the life force, divine parent, Konko Life, and Mitamasu will continue to help and guide us in the practice of faith and further expansion of Konkokyo faith community in Hawaii. We have been trying to be mindful of any evidence of blessing or life force in Ji Kainokai. They try to respond in acknowledgement and appreciation of blessings which we may take for granted. Whether it's the water we use, the food we enjoy, the air we breathe, the land we live on, the natural resources we utilize, the jobs we have, the families we appreciate, and all our normal body function and abilities, all elements of life are possible through the grace and life of the life of Kenki Kaino. Thank you for the blessings we have enjoyed in our personal and social life. We strive to actualize the teachings of the life force Kenki Kaino. Please accept our presence here today. The many offerings, services in any form, and prayers forward to you as tokens of our appreciation and deep gratitude for the blessing we receive. And I remind ourselves, Konko Life is there to help us, aid us, and guide us to be able to deal with any encounter in life. Thank you for your extended appreciation and prayer. When the people all the world pray to carry Konko Life with a sincere and single heart, please fulfill whatever request they have. Please forgive our negligence and ignorance of the blessings, system of blessings we may fail to recognize and appreciate, and errors and offenses we might have committed knowingly and unknowingly. Please help us to reform our hearts to be in line with the heart of the life of Kenki Kaino. We earnestly pray for more peace and harmony to prevail through our acknowledgement of the divine message that states, no one is aware of the blessings of heaven and earth, which enable people to live. Can we shall our people become aware of the blessings of heaven and earth? They have a Konko Life be born throughout the world, the sunshine in every country without exception. We continue to extend our prayers for places throughout the world experiencing hardship due to natural disasters, crime, poverty, famine, permanent governance formation in other areas. Dear life for Kenki Kaino, please allow us to be of service to you in helping others. As utmost expression of thanks for blessing we have been able to enjoy. We pray that with today's service, we got it to one end.
Now, 度入り。Recitation of Tenchi Kakitsuke, page 6.
Ikigami Konko Daijin Tenchi Hari no Kami Shirei Wahiawa Konkokyo Konkokyo Kanome. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. Yano Konko Daijin Tenchi Hari no Kami Shirei Wahiawa Konkokyo Konkokyo Kanome. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray.
Adoration prayer. We lift our eyes in awe for heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe for heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer for others rich and deep, living amid such gifts of constant giving. How happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Yano Konko Daijin does not stop for us in a single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami beyond the power of Kami. Shintoku Sanji, page 29.
おげまつれんばてんたかくおげまつればてんたかくおろがみまつればしはあつし神の恵みに生かされる身の幸いぞありがたき我が生き神の本当に過ぎひと日もかくる時のなく天地の神のお守りとは岸か木の枝でなしかいすくしみはよろずよにあまねくみじけ果てしなくか計らいはくすしくて人の思いぞよがざる我ら今月今日やび祭りていたすらに神の御影をたたえますらん神の慰霊を仰ぎますらん
治療入り。治療入り。 Time of Prayer, page 12. Fear to those who have gone before. You
Liberty of the light in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your son years. You will be remembered eternally. Your life is told from generation to generation, on as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious working of Ikigami, you enter the Konko faith. You walk the way of Konko Daijin, respecting the will of the divine parent. Young master straight through your faith to take the world beyond and lead to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We dare you as ancestors of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you stand by us, each and every one, receive the favor of Ikigami, and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may uphold the way of faith, that we hand down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us.
神殿この塀切り境に恋拝差し止めるからこの分に承知してくれ外家業いたし農業で人が願いで呼びに来戻り願いが済みまた農へでまたも呼びに来農業する間もなし来た人も待ち両方の差し支えに相なるなんと家業をやめてくれんかその方42歳の年には病気で死も手を離し心配いたし神仏に願いおかげで弁解いたしその時死んだと思うて欲を離し天地神を助けてくれ家内もご気になったと思うてくれご気よりまし物言われ相談もなり子供を連れてぼとぼと農業をしよってくれこの方のように実に丁寧神信心いたしよう氏子が世間に難問難儀な氏子あり問い次助けてやってくれ神も助かり氏子も立ち行く氏子あっての神神あっての氏子安城いたしせいぜい親にかかり子にかかり愛をかけようで立ち行く Divine message received on November 15, 1859. With the completion of the sacred task, I'll end your farming career. Please understand. When you're out farming, the person at home has to go out and call you whenever someone comes to give a request. And after you relay the request, you have to go back out again. You have to keep going in and out of the field. This gives you little time for farming, and the worshiper must also wait for you. Both you and the worshiper are being inconvenienced. Won't you stop farming? When you were gravely ill at 42, the doctor gave up hope. Everyone worried about you. You prayed to the kamis and buddhas and were blessed with complete recovery. Regard this event as your death. Dispel all desires and assist Tenchi Kami no Kami. Also, your wife should consider herself a widow. This is better than being a real widow, as she can still talk to you and discuss matters. She should take the children with her to do farm work. There are many people like yourself who have sincere faith in kamis, but still have many problems. Help these people by performing mediation. This will help kami and save people. People exist because of kami, and kami exists because of people. Thus, kami supports people as kami's children, and people support kami as their parents. There will be eternal prosperity to Konkokyo mutual interdependency. The Konko Faith Our Creed, page 73. We believe in Tenchi Kami no Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Our founder, Konko Daijin, embraced Kami's revelations and as divine mediator answers the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami. Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami, today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service to Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us, spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. We respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity towards spiritual fulfillment. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today for our Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama's monthly service. Today, I looked at the front page of the newspaper and it said in big lettering, 30th anniversary of Hurricane Iniki. You remember Hurricane Iniki? Bryce wasn't born yet. It was 30 years ago, and I was 10 years old, and I do remember the sirens going off, and I was in the back area over there, and I was like, yes, we don't have school today! And I remember being really happy about it. But then when the strong wind started to blow, I got really, really scared. I was like, oh no, I hope our roof doesn't blow off. Because it's a really, really old house in church. So, no, we're really, really fortunate that a big one hasn't come in 30 years. Knock on wood and thank Konko Sama for that huge blessing. Because if it does come, man, it really will cause a lot of mayhem. So. Every year, as the hurricane season passes by safely, I'm like, oh, thank you for another year of safety, especially for this church. Well, anyways, today is a Rotary Harashikai meeting. It's going to be online Zoom. So if you can stay back, yeah, come and stay back. And I don't know what the topic will be, but I'm sure it's going to be, we'll learn something. Mm-hmm. So in consideration of today's Rotary Harashikai meeting, I'm going to keep my sermon short and sweet. I want to talk about holy names today. And, to a toddler, do you know what a holy name for them is? What is their holy name? Can you think of it? For a little child. What name do they call out with absolute conviction and trust? Mommy, daddy, right? Mommy and daddy. Little kids have absolute trust that their parents will meet their needs, will protect them, will guide them, and discipline when necessary, right? So parents have to be very careful not to breach that absolute trust they have between their child, especially at a very young age, right? Because when they grow up, they won't know who to trust. As people get independent in their lives, they no longer call upon their holy names, mom and dad anymore, right? Unless they need some money, unless they need some kind of help. And what ends up becoming their holy name or their conviction and their misguided faith is like the social media, Google, the smartphones, and they pretty much worship their smartphones. Did you see on the news the other day, what this lady, she dropped her cell phone, like I think out from a waterfall or something, and she went after it, and she fell like 60-something feet, and she survived. But that's how important the smartphones are to people nowadays. It's part of them. Anyway, the strength of connection you have with those people that have been very good to you, like your parents, it'll get weak as we get older and we don't associate with them as much anymore. But it's important to maintain that connection with them, even if we get old. You know, even if you live far away, call your parents sometime. You know, tell them ask them how you're doing. It's important to do that. You know, when you try to connect to Wi-Fi or 5Gs, you look at those bars, right? And you see how strong your connection is. If you only see like one bar, you're like, oh no, I won't be able to connect to whatever you're streaming, right? And whatever you were streaming, if you only have one bar, then it's going to be really iffy and splotchy. So we establish that connection with your higher power. And Kami-sama has infinity G's. We only have 5 G's, but Kami-sama has infinity G's. So I want you to know. And it's important which Wi-Fi you connect to. And there are many kinds of connection companies, right? AT&T, Verizon, so many you can think of. And it's just like different religions. They all connect you to the higher power. And it's really your preference. And that's what I like about Konkokyo. We don't tell you that, oh, you have to practice in Konkokyo, otherwise you cannot be saved. You can be saved in any faith you practice, and it doesn't really matter. But it's your sincerity that you have with your divine is going to result in your divine blessings. So Konkokyo is a faith that teaches you how to practice a true way of faith, so that the deity that you, even the deity that you believe in, the great life force, is going to be in agreement too. So it is practice calling upon the holy name that suits your soul. It could be Jesus Christ. It could be Namu Amida Butsu. It could be Allah. It could be Konko Daijin Sama. But anyway, I want to talk about a very religious patient I had not too long ago. And she had a Bible on her table, and it seemed like she was calling upon the holy name Jesus Christ like every time. And I think that's wonderful. She is so pious, so religious, so dedicated, right, to her God. When she was in pain, she said, oh, Jesus, 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 Jesus. When he did dressing changes, she said, oh, Jesus, Jesus, oh, Jesus. When we turned her to the side, she said, oh, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And it's just like my mom, how she says Konko Sama. She says it when she's in pain. She says it when she sees an ambulance pass by. When she rides in the car, she says, oh, Konko Sama, Konko Sama. When she sees a figure skater fall to the ice, she says, Konko Sama, Konko Sama. When things drop to the floor, when the door slams and it startles her, she says, Konko Sama, Konko Sama. And her holy name is Konko Sama, and that's how she receives blessings. And people from all walks of faith, they call upon their holy name and they will receive blessings. So this patient was to get a shot, and she was kind of worried, she was anxious. She said, is it going to hurt? And I said, well, it's a needle, so no one likes needles. But depending on if it hurts or not, it depends on the person. Because some people, it's like, oh, that's it? Okay, cool. But for some people, it's really painful. So, I don't know. Why don't you call upon Jesus? And she's like, oh yeah, that's right. And I think, whenever you take any kind of medicine, whatever medicine we give to you, whether it's IV, whether it's pills, pray to Jesus Christ before you take them. And she's like, yeah, I need to inform the Jesus Christ within my own body. She said, I said, absolutely. We all have a piece of God within us. So we have to inform that God before the medicines enter. And then it will work very effectively at her. And she's like, wow, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. And, you know, she was also constipated for several days, actually. And she was telling me, oh, I don't know how to make this come out. I was like, I don't know either. But why don't you call upon the God, you know? Why don't you call upon Jesus Christ to help you with that? Like, oh yeah, God is within me, so yeah, I'm going to ask Jesus Christ. Okay, Jesus Christ, thank you very much for my body and everything. And she was just praying. And then that day she had a big bowel movement came out, right? So, anyways, in different walks of faith, adherents call upon the holy name and the word, or the word, you know, like that brings them divine blessings. And they do receive them because they're sincerely dedicated. It's the sincerity is what brings divine blessings. So for anything, maintain that sincerity, maintain that connection with Konko Sama, and you'll guarantee receive divine blessings. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for coming to today's monthly service. I know Edna was talking about the whole holy name or Konko Sama. I really had to think about what to talk about today. The only thing that I feel, I guess it's like a test of faith in a sense, where my mom got scratched by a cat. Like it's like the most nastiest looking cat. The cat actually died after that though. Like I don't know when, recently I guess it died. Cause I haven't seen the cat. It's this brown, dirty cat with scars everywhere. You know, it's like I'm like, what's this smell that I'm smelling? And then it's the cat. So I mean that cat scratched my mom's leg because my mom stepped on the tail of the cat. So in reaction, the cat scratched her. So, you know, the cat scratched her, and then for all medical people, if you get a cat scratch, it's really, really, really bad. Cat scratch equals you get hospitalized pretty much. Like you go into the hospital. If we brought her to the hospital emergency room, they would probably not let her go home. They'll probably have her hospitalized. And, you know, my sister or Edna Sensei was like looking at the leg. It's like, oh my god, the cat scratch is like, it looked really, really bad. When I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is kind of bad. It was like really red, swollen, and like all the times I've seen a cat scratch in the hospital, every single person got admitted. They got strong antibiotics, everything. But my mom will absolutely not go to the hospital. She's gonna just refuse, and I know she's gonna refuse and not go to the hospital. and she's gonna trust in her faith to basically cure that cat scratch. That first, I guess the first day or whatever, I'm like, I come home and it's like, where's Okasana? Like, where's mom? And she's like lying in bed with like a fever and like her leg is swollen and I was like, go take a look at the leg, and it's like I look at the leg and it is red and you can see where the cat scratch and it was like real deep. The cat's nails are like a needle basically. It'll just introduce bacteria. And you can tell it was like kind of like going up her leg, but I didn't see like the really bad signs of like the streaking or like the redness going up her veins and going through her bloodstream. But my sister was truly concerned and kept telling me, you gotta go to the hospital. You gotta go to the hospital or the doctor. I myself, I know she's not gonna go. So I just trusted my mom's faith, basically. My Reverend Reiko Sensei's faith. She always says Konko Sama. It seems like everything goes pretty smoothly if you just leave it up to her faith. So she did what we did as children. Whenever we get a cut or whatever, she would put the Konko Sama, holy wine, with the Goshinmai paper. She did that right on that cat scratch. She did it for a while actually. And I thought, I just gotta trust in Kami-sama, trust in her faith, and that everything is gonna go well in making that get better. And I guess after a while, I mean, I looked at the leg, it was like, oh, it's actually better. Or it looked pretty bad, and then it was like, oh, it's getting better day by day. And then as the week went by, it's like, oh, it's not that bad anymore. So, I mean, I thought she was lucky, but I felt that it was also her strong faith and like her mindset that this is gonna work. I have to trust Kami-sama in healing me. That wholehearted faithfulness that Reverend Reiko Yano has, it'll push through anything pretty much. So that in itself proves to me how strong the belief in faith can be, how strong having faith can be in helping you through your life. So her leg is a lot better now, and she did not have to go to the hospital. She didn't have to get antibiotics. She took a Tylenol, and that's it. I mean, that's it for the pain. And she's a lot better now. So it just kind of blows my mind away. But when I was a kid and we got hurt, she would always say, Omiki sama, like put Omiki on there. And it was like, I remember like burning my hand with hot glue. Like a whole lot of it went on. I ripped off all my skin, like all of it came off. I know it was all off because it was just stuck. It was really hot. So all of it got peeled off, and it hurt like a lot. And in the hospital, a lot of people get admitted for that kind of thing, just to take care of like the wound, because all the way down to like your flesh, basically. But instead of doing that, she put Omiki and Goshimai on there, and that's all we knew. We didn't have money back then. We didn't go to the hospital, so she put Omiki and Goshimai, and it actually got better, where it has like no scars. So even for my face, when I fell down in the front yard, I mean, I had like mean rash on my face, like here, a scratch all here. It was super bloody just because the concrete basically sandpapered my face. Because I fainted right out there in the front. Like during that time, same thing, Goshimai and Omiki. It was Goshima, Omiki, and her faith that I felt kind of helped a lot. So there is no scar on my face anymore. I might be missing, I might have like a few patches here and there, but there's no like real scar that's like remaining. The only scar that remained is like my forehead right here, where I fell down, sliding on the concrete and like cracking my head open, like 42. This is the only one I went to the hospital for, and this is the only one that has a scar remaining. So the importance of faith during all kinds of times, despite, you just have to like truly believe that this is gonna work. this is gonna help you. It's not having any doubt that I feel it speaks to the Kami-sama, speaks to the Kami-sama within each and every one of us to help us, throughout any type of situation. So, like how Reiko Sensei had the cat scratch. A normal person would have gone to the hospital. A normal person would have been hospitalized and stayed in the hospital for like maybe a week to get IV antibiotics because it's a cat scratch. And so, she beat those odds. I trusted in her faith. I trusted in Kami-sama. There was a quote that says, "If your child is sick, leave your sick child alone, and he's gonna get better." But that's because Konko Sama had the faith in Kami-sama and trusted Kami-sama that the child will get better through the power of Kami-sama. So, all in all, coming to church, learning the faith, trying to put everything into practice in your daily life, I feel will greatly impact each and every one of you to help deepen your faith and kind of understand the plan that Kami-sama has for each and every one of us. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the exercise. And from Tuesday, we are going to have a Zoom Hanashikai meeting. It's in the newsletter. So the theme is not yet decided. Process is in church, information is in church. So we've been holding this Hanashikai twice or three times a year. We started to share the fellowship of Konkokyo. No other people in the faith community in Hawaii, Wahiawa, Honolulu, Waijuku, maybe Hiro Church. But only Honolulu, Wahiawa, and Wahiawa church members respond to this practice. Anyway, we want to see many people, if possible, just to meet other people in the faith community and exchange thoughts and exchange episode of blessings. That's all. As for the speech made by Edna Sensei, I remember one thing is common among the faith community in Hawaii, in Japan, even in Brazil. I tried to contact Reverend Kajibara for the coming event of Yasunami Gathering in November. So I just watched the with the prudential of the Brazil, Curitiba Church. I don't know, but they speak in Portuguese or Spanish. So, but I hear from time to time, Ikigami Konko Daijin, Tenchi kind of, they recite the Tenchi Katsuki in Japanese, and they sang song in Japanese during the service. So, something common. Tenchi Katsuki is very common. They recite Tenchi Kainu, and then Ikigami Konko Daijin. It's common. Even we live in Hawaii, Japan, or in Brazil, or maybe in England or somewhere else. So, reciting name of maybe holy name can easily connect us to Kami-sama. We are Konko believers and can be connected to Tenchi kind of Kami. By reciting Tenchi kind. So that's my response to this speech. I just attended invited to attend the change of responsibility function ceremony at the school of Well, my second time to enter into the army field. Thank you very much for mentioning Konko Mission Wahiawa and Yano. It's very grateful for us. And to be honored in such a place, Jason, I think it maybe 1,000 people could be selected to that position. And that maybe is a never-ending evaluation. Keep going. Maybe comes the respondent. When I watched the ceremony, every movement was ceremony made something important for it. Like our service, every movement, bowing, so everything means something. Our core message, respecting reverence to Kami-sama. Thank you, gratitude is the basis of our services. It is the function, core element of American society is based on fundamental Christianity. Even a military army basis, the core element is can be Christian or yeah. But we are Konko believers. I spent about 45 years in Hawaii. In one element I found out in my experience is just I don't know why do I use propagation. I'm a Konko minister and missionary, and just want to spread Konko faith. Only element we can do is to live as Konko believer. I am Konko believer. In Japanese say, 真理をさせていただいてもらう。Konko believer. You know, children also Konko believer. You know, Konko believer. Konko believer work as a teacher, as a nurse, as a doctor, as a policeman, office worker. That's the opposite. Fourth Konko Sama is said. 信任をさせていただくことが is very important. If we have this spirituality in Hawaii, in the mainland, even in Brazil, in other countries, we can keep the faith community in any country, any given stage. So this is my conviction. We can keep faith if we have strong conviction. I am Konko believer. The founder said, if there's one believer in a family, the whole family can be believers can be saved. If there is one family in a village, the whole village can be blessed, saved. So this is the concept of Konkokyo. Even though we live in Hawaii, even though we live in America, we can actually, this is Konkokyo spirituality. The teacher will answer, respond to us. This is my message. Thank you very much.
Ikigami Konko Daijin Shibai no Kami Shinji Newai Wahiawa ga kokoro ni ari Konkokyo mo shijire tomomi Ikigami Konko Daijin Shibai no Kami Shinji Newai Wahiawa ga kokoro ni ari Konkokyo mo shijire tomomi.
Yeah, just time. What page?
The 56 middle part on evening.
David, you want to read that?
On the evening of October 21st, 1859, 46-year-old Bunji was given thanks to Ikigami after sowing barley without difficulty. When Kami replied, "With the barley sown, I am at ease." Go and buy 5 sheets of colored paper. Bunji went to a store in a neighboring village and purchased white, red, yellow, green, and black paper. After returning home, he offered the paper to Kami, whereupon he received another instruction: make a staff about 30 inches long, cut and fold the stacked sheets of colored paper in the appropriate ceremonial style, and tie the preferred paper to the top end of the staff. Place the sacred staff on the altar.
Conscientiously
Adhering.
adhering the Kami's instructions, Bunji placed the newly completed sacred staff on the altar. This teaching revealed a notable departure from earlier revelations, in that previous revelations were more secular and focused almost exclusively on Bunji's activities as a farmer. This revelation is notable because it addressed Bunji's role as a religious figure. The making of the sacred staff was a symbolic change in his life, from his point toward
forward the essence of Kami's regulations would nurture Bunji's spiritual development.
A revelation received after the offering of the sacred staff would build on the spirituality that Kami was seeking. It would place Bunji and his family at the crossroads of a secular life as a farmer and a religious life, helping others based on total trust and reliance on Kami. This revelation, received on October 21, 1859, is referred to as the divine call.
Accept this divine call that from this day you are no longer to devote yourself to farming. Though your family has been engaged in farming, you are to leave this work. With so many calling you out of the fields requesting help and guidance, you do not have time for the family occupation. Those seeking help often have to wait, causing difficulties for both them and you. For these reasons, you are to give up this occupation. Your illness when you were 42 years old caused doctors and others to give up hope for your recovery. You prayed to the Kamis and Buddhas and recovered completely. Remember this critical moment in your life. Consider this divine call as your passing and put aside your self-interest and give assistance to Kami. Furthermore, Tosei, you should think of yourself as a widow. This kind of widowhood is preferable to real widowhood, as you will still be able to be with your husband. You should take the children with you and continue farming as best you can. There are many people who are troubled. A person like you who has sincere and conscientious faith in Kami should help them through mediation. Kami will be fulfilled and people will be saved. Kami exists because of people and people exist because of Kami. Everyone will become forever prosperous through the relationship of mutual reliance between Kami and people.
The divine call, Rikyo Shinden in Japanese, is significant as it would mark the end of Bunji's career as a farmer and the beginning of his devotion to and total reliance on Kami. At the same time, this led to an inner struggle between the secular Bunji and the newly developing spiritual person. For the secular Bunji, this revelation made him question his previous notions about life. When Bunji recalled the reason for his adoption into the Kawate family, why he worked so hard and diligently as a farmer, and why he steadfastly adhered to traditional practices, he understood that all those things had been done to protect his family and have them prosper and thrive. Ensuring a future for his family had been the primary purpose and the meaning of his life.
The revelation of October 1859 contributed to the other half of the inner struggle for Bunji. Acceptance of the divine call would require Bunji to abandon much of what he had thought was the purpose of his life and adopt a new purpose and meaning for his life. In addition, his wife, family, and members of the village would also have to adapt to a new situation. If he retired from farming, Kami's expectation would be for him to devote all his time to mediation. The revelation also raised deep concerns for Bunji and his family regarding their future, with Asakichi as head of household.
Kami was aware of Bunji's concerns. In an attempt to help Bunji come to a decision, Kami told him, regardless of Edna's death, forego all desires by asking Bunji to give up all desires, whether they concerned his family or his life. Kami was asking him to place his life in Kami's hands and to assist in achieving the higher goal of fulfilling both Kami and humanity. Bunji understood that to regard this event as his death meant he would be able to fulfill Kami's request.
On another level, the divine call is important because it was also directed at Bunji's family, especially Tosei. She was told to consider herself a widow and be, along with her children, responsible for the farming duties. Through this request, Tosei was also being encouraged to depend on Kami as a means for her and her children to begin more fully develop their respective faiths.
The divine call revealed Kami's acknowledgement of Bunji's spiritual welfare and his bringing awareness of the true nature of Kami. Ever since his first communication with Kami at age 42, Bunji has learned to acknowledge his own lack of awareness of uncertainty about his spiritual Consequently, himself will be increasingly kept relying on Kami with most completely and characteristic. The Bunji moved in this direction. Kami began to repeatedly acknowledge Bunji's sincerity and conscientiousness. The growing devotion to Kami was beginning increasingly more deliberate, deeper, and more sincere as Bunji pursued his new course. He realized he was able to receive more revelation from Kami. By fulfilling Kami's request, he was enhancing his own awareness of the true nature of Kami, and Kami was increasingly revealed. By the time of the divine law, both of these developments had become inseparable, intertwined. Bunji had become more and more aware of Kami's presence and wishes. This ultimately led to his realization that he should devote to saving those who were suffering. This development also led him to freely confess his human imperfections and shortcomings, which led him to realize that one's life should be based solely on Kami's wishes, and that one should follow and manifest Kami's revelation. In doing so, he was able to gradually free himself from the reliance, dependence, and constraints of the secular tradition. This led to a total commitment to life living.
The divine call was not simply not only Bunji's deeply sincere and conscientious-based devotion. It was the revelation of the true nature of the function of Kami. It was also recalled Bunji to her full relation, so that Kami's nature and workings could be revealed to others. The meditation to be performed by Bunji would enable people's request to be related to Kami, and Kami's teachings relate to Bunji. Therefore, the divine call revealed Kami's wishes for the world through Bunji's radiation. This wish would create a world in which people, though through their sincere and conscientious faith, realize Kami's blessings and develop a mutually fulfilling relationship with Kami. One can think of it this way: Kami is Kami because of people, and people are people because of Kami.
Hey.
時間が。はい。
社員しまるんだった。うん。どう？ワンちゃん。Okay. おはようございます。Morning. We're going to sing one song, Shining Shimmering Light, page 46. よろしくお願いいたします。
Shining
used to try harder. Hold hands with my friends standing by my side. Sweet arms together we would walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light, light from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. ありがとうございました。Thank you. See you next time on the Zoom.
Ikigami Konko Daijin Tenshi Dai no Kami Shinni Negae Okayo ga Kokoro ni Ari Kongetsu Konnichi de Konami Ikigami Konko Daijin Tenshi Dai no Kami Shinni Negae Okayo ga Kokoro ni Ari Kongetsu Konnichi de Konami.
Hi, thank you for joining us today. We'll be having the, we'll be joining the Konko Machines in Hawaii Zoom Rotary Hanashikai at 10:30. That's in like 10 minutes. So if you want the link, text me directly or send us a message at the Konko Mission in Wahiawa. So see you and have a good week. Oh yeah, and by the way, this coming Saturday, the 17th, we'll have a garage sale from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and all proceeds will be offered to the Gohonbu headquarters. So come on and join us. Have a good week. Bye bye.